there's always going to be something that feels like it's on the other side of that door. As fast as you manifest, you're going to think up new stuff to want. So you might as well just get used to there being somewhat of a gap between what you're asking for and what you're allowing, and then just start getting excited or happy about the allowing part. In other words, there's always going to be some not yet quite realized, because you're hatching desires as fast as you're realizing them. And that's an important piece of this, because that angst about, I've almost got it, but I don't have it, that's the feeling that we want to soothe here, because that's the feeling that's in the way. Does that make sense to you? That's what's in the way. That I need to do something different. Well, think of the condemnation you're standing in when you say that. I should do something different, or I should have figured it out. That's what we want to soften here. No, it's normal. It's normal for me to want stuff that hasn't manifested yet. It's the most normal thing in the world. I'm always going to want stuff that hasn't manifested yet. But there's going to be a steady string of manifesting wonderful things in my experience. It's always going to be that way. It's not like the Holy Grail. There's not some big prize that I'm waiting for. You know, a lot of people are looking, they're waiting for their dream mate, their dream life, their dream vacation, their dream house. And we say, if you just get over that and say, it's my expected mate, my expected house, my expected manifestation, my expected prosperity, my expected, it's not big and bold and hard. It's natural and for sure and coming. You can find your own way out of your own doubt. But you have to understand that it's the doubt that you're trying to find your way out of, not the accomplishment of whatever it is that you doubt that you can accomplish. Did you hear that? That the work is to work your way out of the feeling of doubt, not into the having of whatever it is that you feel doubtful about. That's so big. And so we start in very basic places. We start about things for which, as far as we are concerned, there can be no doubt. Law of attraction abounds. Accept it or don't, but it abounds. Now, us just saying that doesn't make you know it. We can know it with everything that we are and we do, but our knowing it doesn't make you know it, because you might have practiced a strong enough thought contrary to that, that when we are even in the same space, we're not communicating on the same vibrational frequency. So that difference in frequency, let's say a friend knows something and you think you know something different or do know something different. So there's a difference of opinion there. If you are having a difference of an opinion between yourself and someone else, that is not going to bring you an emotion of doubt. It's only when you have a difference of opinion with the source within you about that topic. In other words, doubt is your own contradiction of your own vibration. It doesn't have anything to do with the practical reality of something. It doesn't have anything to do with the certainty of something. The feeling of doubt is just, I've got contradictory energy. I say I want it, and then I say I don't have it. And I say I want it, and then I say I don't have it. And then I say I want it, and then I say I don't have it. That equals contradictory energy, and that's what equals that feeling of doubt. My inner being's focused upon what's becoming. I'm focused on what hasn't become yet. That's what doubt is.
It's like, I feel like I'm having a hard time allowing myself to feel like I deserve good things. Like, for example, like the Mega Millions Lotto was recently 450 million. And I was thinking to myself, well, if I won that, that's almost too easy. I just paid $1 or $2 and then I won all this money. It feels like it.
Well, that'll keep you from doing that.
Yeah. And I feel like that with a few other things in life, with a relationship or with other well-being
That's
stuff.
why we were saying earlier, and we say this often, that when you begin consciously setting something up, in other words, acknowledging, my life has shown me that I would like this.
Okay.
And the reason I would like it is, and you deliberately practice thinking about that and getting momentum going about that and pleasing yourself with that. And now this is an important piece of this. Okay. In other words, if the contemplation about it is because it's pleasing to contemplate it, then you're really in a good vibration. If the contemplation about it is to make something happen that hasn't happened, then you got something weird going on in your vibration again. So as you are thinking about it for the pleasure of thinking about it, now what happens is your vibration just shifts and it comes closer and you start seeing it evolving, and there begins to be a feeling of satisfaction, a feeling of control and satisfaction, but most important, a feeling of deservability. Because what happens is You see, the reason that so many of you have practiced a feeling of unworthiness until it is an art form within you.
Yeah.
The reason that you've practiced it so well is because you have not understood what it takes to get things to flow easily into your experience. You've been working with criteria that doesn't work. You haven't been tending to your vibration. So you've practiced the logic of, well, since it hasn't come, I must not be worthy.
Yeah.
Well, that's just bogus. The only reason it hasn't come has nothing to do with your worthiness. It has to do with you practicing vibrations that don't let it come. So doesn't it follow that when you begin practicing vibrations that do let this flow and do that let this flow and do let this flow, that the worthiness issue will subside?
Yeah.
Doesn't that make sense? We can't just zap you with a worthiness stick. You were zapped with that before you even came into this physical experience. So how can we convey to you in a way that it's meaningful to you that you get to choose and you get to receive whatever you want? Words aren't going to do it. You've just got to hear a little something we say and apply it until you make the association. Yeah, I saw it, I wanted it, I lined up with it, it came. Worthiness exists in me, you see.
Yeah.
And after a while, you just begin feeling invincible. We'd rather that you felt invincible than worthy, because the two are inextricably tied together. In other words, if you're the receiver of just a sequence of thoughts that just lead you on this never unfolding path of pleasurable events, you're going to feel worthy. If you buy the winning lottery ticket, you're going to feel worthy. But we want you to feel the equality of those two experiences. You talk about it feeling like it's the Holy Grail and the winning lottery ticket, and we called it the secrets to the universe that really have never been a secret. So you've got it. Just play with it and watch it and show yourself. You've just got to train yourself into accepting the goodness that is queued up for you.
Okay.
And the more you practice it, the more you'll feel it. The more you feel it, the more will come. Because you've felt your way into the being of them, and you know that deservability was never an issue, that you were so loved when you came. You said, I'll go forth, and I'll explore, and I'll decide what I prefer. And all that is Source said, and we'll go with you. And when you decide, we'll be right there, holding the vibration so that you will know if you're on the signal of it or not. We will not create your reality, but we will be there to support in the fullest way the reality that you create. And when you discover that, you'll feel worthy and you'll feel powerful. You'll feel invincible. You make a lot happen in this world, but most of all, you'll be happy.